Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Jumai Manson. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS device to keep track of our broadcast. Now the news in full. The Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation has announced a postponement of the National Council for Art, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economic meeting, originally scheduled to be held in Osun State from February 25th to 27th, 2025. The decision comes in response to heightened political tensions in the state following the local government crisis. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, communicated this decision through an internal memo that was addressed to state commissioners, directors of ministries, departments and agencies, heads of departments, units and key stakeholders. In a different development, chairman elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress in the 15th October 2022 Osun local government election have returned to their council secretariat amid tight security. Correspondents who visited the Ifelodun local government headquarters in Ikirun, the Olonda local government area in Igbona, and the Oshogbo local government area secretariat in Okebale observed that council officials had resumed their duties. A heavy security presence was also noted across major roads in the state, with armed police operatives and Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps officers mounting roadblocks at the entrances to the secretariat. The people of Jichara, comprising of Kinkosha and Veledekia local government area, have reaffirmed their commitment to Governor Hyacinth Alia in all circumstances to enable him succeed in his mandate of providing quality leadership in the state. They gave their stance across party lines at the solidarity meeting of Jikara sons and daughters held in Tut Agweragba, Konshesha local government area. Correspondent Felicity Indere was there for Global TV and now reports.
The solidarity meeting across party lines in Jichira, as conveyed by chairman of the Elders Forum, is to express their total support for their son, Governor Hyacinth Alia, to continue to deliver his democratic dividends to the people of the state. Various speakers, including traditional rulers, the political class, youth and women groups in their remarks were united in appreciating the transformative style of administration, saying the governor needs the support of everyone to have a stable mind to deliver on his mandate.
For the past 24 years, the governor we have never experienced this type of government. But when Badalia came into government, we have a lot of benefits.
Alia is a clergy, and he's doing the right thing. Just as others are saying, when he came into governance, things were not proper, like the payment of salaries and whatever. So we, the clergy, started praying for him, and by the grace of God, he's doing very fine.
They gave their assurance of confronting any form of distraction capable of destabilizing the peace of the state.
As a woman from Jechila, as a woman, or the woman of Jechila, we are saying that we don't have any problem with him. We are ready to support him and stand by him to succeed.
What is the essence of other Jichira songs contesting? Of course, there's no point. There's no basis for any contest again. The essence is to come and deliver the dividends of governance, which is doing perfectly well.
Chairman of the APC Elders Forum, Senator Barnabas Gamadi, reassured the people of the governor's good works, saying they will stand by him at all times.
We will stand with the governor in all the trials and troubles that detractors are going to present to detract him from office. We will be with him in fighting those things.
The meeting was in attendance by Jichira sons and daughters, irrespective of political affiliations. From Tse Agbaragba Constitutional Local Government Area of Benue State, Felicity Ndere, Global TV News.
The Federal High Court in Abuja has adjourned the money laundering case against former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello to March 6th and 7th, 2025. The case filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission continued with testimonies from two prosecution witnesses. The first witness, Shegun Adeleke, General Manager of FA Properties Limited, testified about properties in Maitama and Gwarimpa. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has marked his swearing-in with a bold act of clemency, granting freedom and reduced sentences to 45 prisoners. Acting on the recommendations of the State Advisory Council on the Prerogative of Mercy, Ayedatiwa ordered the immediate release of 8 convicts, while 15 death row inmates had their sentences commuted to prison terms. Another 20 inmates serving life sentences were granted reduced jail terms. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Federal Road Maintenance Agency, Aderemi Oseni, has issued a warning to contractors holding road projects across the country, noting that substandard work will no longer be tolerated. Oseni, who represents Ikparakpa East Ido Federal constituency, spoke during the Oyo Federal Road Stakeholders Engagement in Ibadan, the state capital. The lawmaker emphasized that poor quality work remains a major cause of road failures in Nigeria, stating that adherence to project specifications is critical to achieving durable road infrastructure. You are watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. When News Cycle returns, lawmakers criticize for stepping down 15 trillion naira Federal Account Allocation Committee revenue probe. We have those details from the foreign scene, as well as more stories from business and sports segments for you right after this break. Please stay with us.
That global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world with our app on Google and Play Store. All you need to do is download Global TV Nigeria on your phone and watch all programs on global television. What are you waiting for? Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Cycle on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. Time to turn to business. Anthony Sani has condemned last week's decision by the House of Representatives to step down a motion to investigate the sum of 15 trillion naira unaccounted revenue with the Federal Account Allocation Committee. The motion stepped down by the Green Chamber last week was sponsored by the member representing Darazo Ganjua Federal Constituency, Bauchi State, Mercier Soro. Soro has faulted the non-adherence to the constitutional provisions in the disbursement of revenues accrued to Federal Accounts Allocation Committee to state and local government councils. There is looming fuel scarcity in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria as tanker drivers have stopped fuel loading over alleged harassment by officials of Lagos State Government and the Federal Ministry of Transportation. Also, telecommunications companies have raised concerns over possible network blackout as a strike by petroleum tanker drivers could disrupt diesel supply, threatening the operations of mobile and internet services. However, the Lagos State Government says it is only enforcing its e-call-up system, warning that attempts to blackmail the state government will not work. Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and IPMAN Depot Chairman Forum is threatening to shut down all retail outlets and suspend the lifting of products nationwide if their demands are not met. Godwin Sunday was there for Global TV.
At a press briefing held in Abuja, the Depot Chairman Forum of IPMAN expressed their frustration with the Nigerian Mainstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, over unpaid debts totaling 100 billion naira. The forum's chairman, Yahya Hassan, stated that the debt dating back to 2024 had negative impact on their businesses.
We are extremely frustrated that 1 year after our last demand as a forum, requesting the payment of over 100 billion owed our members in bridging and NTA claims by the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA. The management of NMDPRA have deliberately ignored our request even after making clear promises to pay us.
The Ipman Depot's Chairman Forum is calling on President Bola Tinubu to intervene in the matter. I am Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global TV News.
Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, has restated the bank's commitment to boosting economic cooperation between Nigeria and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. A press statement from the regulatory bank says Cardoso stated this during a courtesy visit to CBN headquarters by the Saudi Arabian ambassador to Nigeria, Faisal bin Ibrahim, and his delegation. The statement noted that Cardoso emphasized the Apex Bank's dedication to fostering partnership across key sectors that drive economic growth. Over now to the federal government has revealed that 15 billion naira out of the 180 billion naira meant for the first phase of the compensation to owners of demolished properties along Section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Highway has been dispersed. It disclosed this in Lagos at a stakeholders meeting on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. He stated that for Section 147.7 kilometers, the quantum of compensation already put together is in excess of 18 billion naira. And so far, the contractors has managed to disperse over 15 billion naira. Some pension union executives have met with the Executive Secretary to Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate Tolulokpe Oguneye, calling for strong collaboration to boost the welfare of retirees. In a statement from Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, it was stated that the representatives of pension unions include those from the Association of Retired Police Officers of Nigeria and National Association of Retired Paramilitary Officers and the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, all secretarial units, parastatals, who came to pay a courtesy call on the Executive Secretary at the Directorate's headquarters in Abuja. On the foreign news now, an American airline flight traveling from JFK Airport to Delhi was forced to divert to Rome after a bomb threat was made on board. The flight, which had 199 passengers and 15 crew members, have been 2 hours from its destination when it was rerouted over the Central Asian country of Turkmenistan. Reports say the airline confirmed the diversion was due to a possible security issue. French President Emmanuel Macron will meet with the U.S. counterpart Donald Trump in Washington, saying he will present proposals for action to counter the Russian threats in Europe and ensure peace in Ukraine. Macron is hoping to persuade Trump when the two leaders meet on the third anniversary of the war in Ukraine to include European leaders in talks between Russia and the United States. Trump sent shock waves around Europe when he declared his readiness to resume diplomacy with Russian President Vladimir Putin and to hold talks without the involvement of a European nation or Kyiv. Pope Francis is in critical condition with pneumonia since he was hospitalized on February 14th, had a good night and was resting, the Vatican says. The night passed well, the Pope slept and is resting, he said in a brief statement as Francis, 88, entered his 11th day at the Gemelli Hospital in Rome, making this the longest hospitalization of his papacy. 10 days after his hospitalization at the Gemelli Hospital in Rome, the condition of Pope Francis remains critical. The United States Agency for International Development placed no fewer than 1,600 employees worldwide on administrative leave. The administrative leave was announced in a statement titled Notification of Administrative Leave on the agency's website. It says concurrently U.S. aid is beginning to implement a reduction in force that will affect approximately 1,600 U.S. aid personnel with duty stations in the United States. Over now to sports news now. Nigeria's male senior basketball team, the Tigers, have conquered the fear of missing out on this year's FIBA Afro Basket Championship after they were declared qualified for the tournament before their last qualifying match against Cape Verde. The Tigers were billed to face Group B leaders Cape Verde in their last game of the second phase of the qualifier, needing another win to boost their chances. FIBA said regardless of how they finish the qualifiers, all the countries in Group B, which comprises leaders Cape Verde, Libya, Nigeria, and Uganda, will qualify for the tournament in Angola as a best fourth-place team. Former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher has sparked controversy after dismissing the African Cup of Nations as not a major tournament while discussing Mohamed Salah's chances of winning the Ballon d'Or this year. Speaking after Liverpool's 2-0 victory over Manchester City on Sunday, Carragher suggested that Salah's nationality and Egypt's international record could hinder his chances of claiming football's most prestigious individual award. In his words, "I think the problem is the fact that he's with Egypt and he's probably not playing in the major tournament as such, or maybe got a great chance of winning," in his words. Now that's it on News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat.